Hello, folks. Welcome to One versus One. Me, Cakes, I think, has tried to come in very serious, but has got the giggles. Daft Cakes.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Yeah, well, 10 p.m. One versus One. Me. Welcome, everyone. I think Cakes, you were first today, actually, weren't you?
I was first. Yeah, I was first.
On my screen,
5 hours ago.
Dan W, Paul Curran, Vlad, and Jed and Chris have just joined us. So hello.
Hi guys. I'm saying, I swear.
Yes.
But yeah, I was first this time. I wrote first. I screenshot it. I sent it to D. It was like boom. I win.
Yeah. Yo, some spread lies. How's it going? But yeah, this title tonight, I am clueless. I haven't even asked Cakes about it in the beginning. I literally sent her a message earlier saying, any topics for tonight? And she went, no, not really. I might want to speak about Borris and maybe some bestiality. And I went, okay, then the title is Borris versus Bestiality then. So yeah. Yo, Tom, how's it going, man?
Hey, hosts can't be first.
Yeah.
Well, that's just rude. I didn't schedule it, so I can.
Well, like I say, I mean, to be fair, on One versus One Me, I think we should instigate the rule that from now on, you can't technically be first unless we've gone live.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Everybody's just going to be spamming
the
buttons. Everybody's just going to be going crazy. Lunatics. How are you, Chuckles? You look very chipper today.
Yeah, I'm good. It was, pretty shit night last night after Vlad's, but I've managed to make up for it today. I've had a good day. So, yeah. And it was an awesome hangout on Vlad's last night. So, yeah.
I have a splinter in my thumb.
Rather chipper. Yo, hey, Stacey.
Hi. I'm sorry. I've just got to remove this splinter out my knuckle.
But yeah, I mean, Cakes had an extremely successful video on her Cakes Tries channel today.
I have.
Literally just put it out today, and it's had what, twice as many views as you've got subs.
Yeah, double my subs. Yeah, and I gained so far 6 subs, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you want to go check out how good of a sniper Cakes is on the game we play called Warface, then in fact, let's get a link in. Let's get a bloody link in.
Get a link.
Promote
6
your
views.
shit.
Yeah, Chris. 6. No, I got 6 extra subs today, so I'm on like 70 subs. And it's really annoying because I was about to screenshot 69 subs, and then I refreshed the page because I thought, I'm a child, it's hilarious, childish. So I was like, that would be hilarious. Cakes tries 69 subs. But I accidentally refreshed the page, and then it was at 70, and I was like, oh fuck. Well, the joke is lost now. The joke is lost. I went postal on YouTube last night after a trip to Walmart.
Oh, let's go check that out.
I will definitely check that out.
I'm definitely subbed to you.
But yeah, it's currently on 100 and something. It's not loading.
I can actually go and look now. It's 134 at the moment. Yeah,
134.
let's just do a quick refresh.
Look at that.
Yeah, wow. 134. 10 thumbs up, no thumbs down.
My snippety sniping skills on the game we play. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's ideal. And this is the thing, there is definitely an audience for Warface out there. Whether our audience is it or I very much doubt it, but there is an audience for Warface out there.
Yeah.
Because I occasionally watch the Warface Dev Lounge, and usually there's a follow-up of Warface videos on that. So I never watch them because, like I say, I'm not really a fan of watching people game. But you can see the kind of view counts that are next to them and stuff. So,
Tom says I don't game anymore, but I subbed anyway. It's not a gaming channel, to be perfectly honest. Was it you that I said to earlier, D? Did I say I've gained all these? I've gained these. Yeah, I did. I said to D, I was like, I've gained these extra subs. They're all going to be surprised when the next video I post is me like harvesting tomatoes or something.
No, I don't think you said that to me.
Did I not say that to you? I might have said it to Dan. I can't remember who I said it to, but yeah, these new subscribers
well, you started
are
off
going
as
to
a
be
gardening
surprised.
channel, didn't you? Yeah, like
well,
just
it's
showing
like,
people what you were doing in your gardening and trying all different bits and weaving and
yeah. There's a new weave actually. Oh no, it's dark outside, so I don't think you'll be able to see it. We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's
you can't. The ring lights
silhouette.
But there's a weaving project on the table outside that I've been doing for on and off for months because I'm useless. So yeah. But yeah, no, I was very impressed when I checked back. Well, I got a notification for a comment, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's done a lot." Because the only other video that's done like well is my dreadlock video.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I suppose that will have a separate like audience as well. So
yeah, for sure.
Because that's one of the things my daughters definitely do use YouTube for. That I know that they use it for, and that's like for fashion tips and stuff. Not necessarily what fashion to wear, but the fashion they've chosen how to do it themselves and stuff.
I know what you meant. Yeah.
And my youngest did actually do a beautician course. So
she's a cosmetologist. Wow.
Yeah, I think to be fair, I think beautician is probably throwing it a bit too much. I think she's more interested in the nail side of things. So
nail tech. It's so technical. I mean, I can do it, but you guys know that I'm very good at watching a video and being like, okay, how do I do that? And then doing it. I am very good at that. But nail tech is such a difficult thing to do. People think it's just like painting a nail or gluing a nail on. It's not. You have to mix like 2 different substances on and then shape it and form it onto a nail before it sets, which is quite difficult to do. So yeah.
We're having worked with resin.
Looks like Call of Duty.
I know. Well, yeah, Chris, it's a first-person shooter, but it's slightly different to Call of Duty in the way you team up and stuff.
Really?
Well, it's the free, isn't it? It's a free game.
Yeah.
It's just a free game on Xbox, on PC, or on PlayStation. It's one of those free downloadable ones. Oh, and Switch. There you go. Yeah. Oh, that's right, because they're like Nintendo. Like SJW is kick off like, oh, it's too violent a game to have on Switch and all this kind of stuff. So yeah. And I should also say actually, it's Jamie Brown's birthday today. He's streaming right now, so we won't be offended if you just jump over to go and say happy birthday to Jamie quickly if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
So
we have.
Yeah, I have actually jumped on his stream to say happy birthday today. Because he seemed a bit down, but he seems to have perked up since anyway. So hopefully,
okay, Chris,
he's feeling a bit better.
Yeah. So I actually have a funny for you. I don't know if you saw.
Yo, Dagan. Sorry.
I don't know if you saw my post this morning on Facebook, D.
No.
Because a picture from last year of me and Dan in a hotel came up on my the memories newsfeed part.
Oh. And, well, I might actually remember the original picture, to be fair, because I remember when you went to the hotel and he's kind of stood just behind you and you're kind of holding the phone, doing a selfie in the mirror.
Yes. Yeah, I'm wearing a red dress. Look at you.
That's because that's how little I go on Facebook. That when I do go on there, the things I see could be quite memorable.
That's the picture that I've sent out for the past year. Of us, if in the Discord, if somebody wants to know what me and Dan look like, I share that
fresh
picture
in my mind as well. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So anyway, this picture came up on my newsfeed, and me and Dan are still in bed. And I read the description, and I turn over and go, "Oh fuck, babe, it's our anniversary today." And he's like, "Oh, well, happy anniversary then." And then about 10 minutes later, I was going through the rest of my news feeds. And the rest of my memories, and at the end it said memory for yesterday, and it said me and Dan got together 2 years ago yesterday, and I was like, oh no, never mind, babe, we missed it. Call off the champagne. Fucking useless. It goes to show how much we care, you know. Like Freddie goes, oh well, you're gonna miss your anniversary, and I'm like, but we love each other every day. Does it matter? You know?
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, it is nice to celebrate these little milestones and stuff, but not get caught up in it, like you say, not get disappointed if you've missed it, and oh, we've got to remember this, and we've got to do this, and
exactly, yeah. But we just thought it was really funny. Comments not going through. On what, Vlad?
I've kind of spoken to Cakes a little bit, and I'm hoping to maybe do 1 versus 1. We run it through OBS and stuff, so look, I can then do the same setup I've got on Eternal Padawan, just set up for 1 versus 1 me, where we'll have a Discord chat there as well for people who are fed up of getting their comments deleted by YouTube. Because I assure you, we do not delete comments unless you'll see it come up saying comment deleted. Like
Vlad, if you want to send your comment to me,
everything's set up to allow all comments and all that kind of stuff.
It is definitely, because I checked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vlad, if you wanna send it to me on Facebook, I can read it out if that's at least your comments there. Then Stacey said, yesterday I woke up and started crying. People on the damn TV blaring out masks, COVIDites. I've had it. Thank God for you people. COVID. I tried.
That's a term I've been hearing a lot anyway. I think she might just miss. Yeah.
I tried. I tried to read it. There was an attempt in there.
No, COVIDites. Whereas
thank
I think
God
it's,
for you people and others like us. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I hate see. This is how I got caught up in it all, and unfortunately, and I'm not making a judgment here because obviously I don't know you and stuff, but you've got to be careful you're not caught up in that fear mindset. I mean, I got very caught up and it became very reactionary. I was angry all the time, getting quite emotional about things as well. And there's a time and a place for that kind of anger, and that's when everyone else gets ready to fucking do something about it. Save it up till then, because that's when you're going to need it.
Yeah. They're trying to spell COVIDites, and Chris is just like, oh, dickheads.
COVIDites, COVIDs. Yeah, there's so many different witticisms for it. Witticisms? No,
I'm saddened that Cakes didn't show up in my chat last night just to say hi. Yeah, I really honestly wanted to, but an argument happened on Facebook and I got my panties in a bunch, and I was so angry. I just went to bed and honestly ate twirls, which aren't vegan, so you can tell how angry Cakes was, because Cakes broke her veganism. And I ate twirls and went to bed. So I do apologise, Vlad, and I will 150 million%, unless I'm dead or in hospital. Even if I'm in hospital, I will be there in 2 weeks' time. I promise you. And I'm so sorry. I wanted to. Dee sent me the link, but things were happening, and I was just, I just got very, very angry. With nothing to do with YouTube or you guys or anything like that. So I did. I
think I saw a little bit of it in Discord going on, like you were talking about a few bits in Discord. Some Strilla, some
Strychnia. She's this fucking stupid bitch, and I hate her. And I honestly would not be fazed if she got hit by a bus right this second. I really wouldn't. She's an absolute monster of a person. Like, my heart's starting to pound just thinking about her.
I love that though. Yeah, Cakes rage quit. Yeah,
I did. I really did. No, I honestly did. So I went to bed and I watched trash TV in bed. To be perfectly honest, I should have got my vodka, because my vodka was upstairs. I should have got my vodka, came downstairs and had a drink with you guys, because I wouldn't have gone to bed feeling so annoyed. And I should have done that, because you guys are great and you always cheer me up, always. Even when you're taking the piss out of me, it cheers me up. Stacey says, I can sort of understand people not getting flat Earth, NASA, but this pandemic, love it. I'm losing friends and family as they don't like my mask-free view. Yeah, I haven't lost. To be perfectly honest, my mum and my dad don't want to wear masks either. I don't really know.
It's a thing. Like, I mean, I don't think
Pardon?
anyone's going, yay, let's wear masks now. Hey, like, I mean, I don't think anyone wants to. And this is why I keep it like reiterating. You don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to. Right. And if you do wear a mask, you're just a coward and you're a collaborator. You're one of the enemy.
Yeah, a lot of the supermarkets.
No matter what the reason. Doesn't matter. You're exempt. There's plenty of exemption reasons. There's plenty of different supermarkets out there. There's plenty of shopping choices. Pick one that will let you in with your exemption. Or
Vlad says you are forgiven, Cakes. Thank you, Vlad.
Yeah.
That's so annoying, Vlad. That didn't come up at all.
So I'm glad to move my phone away because my lightsaber group is going absolutely nuts on Messenger at the moment. If you can hear my pings.
Yeah, we can. But yeah. No, not my. A lot of the supermarkets in England have said that they're not going to enforce wearing a mask when you go in the shop. They're not actually going to enforce that, which is really good because especially for the people who really shouldn't be wearing masks. It's got to be awkward having to stand there and try to discuss your medical history with a security guard. And I know Dan works, he's a caretaker in a shopping centre, and a lot of the security guards where he works are really annoyed because they aren't going to be able to recognise past shoplifters that they're supposed to prevent from entering the shop.
Yeah.
So they're really annoyed that they're not going to be able to do their job properly, and if they don't do their job properly, obviously they risk losing stuff. Stacey says her mom won't let us in her house since February. So I actually went to my dad's house for the first time last weekend. Yeah, last Sunday I went to my dad's house for the first time since the whole pandemic. My stepmom was still working with vulnerable old people, so it didn't, for us, it was a poor choice because we can't deny that this pandemic, we can't deny that this virus we can't deny it's real, because it is real. There is
the coronavirus has been long known before the pandemic. COVID-19 broke out.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So I think for people's peace of mind, like for my stepmom, when she's been made redundant at the moment, unfortunately, because she's lost 45% of her clientele, or her business has, so she's been made redundant. But before that, she was still working with very vulnerable people as a cleaner carer, going into their houses. So my stepmom wouldn't have had peace of mind if I was going round to her house, and I understand that, so I completely respected that. And my dad's also a gas supervisor, like manager, I'm not entirely sure, but he works with a gas team who he has to speak to all day, every day, put face to face, and then they're going into people's houses. So for us, for my dad and my stepmom's peace of mind and not passing anything on to anybody, we just didn't go to their house, but we did still meet up. We went to the park and stuff. But we didn't social distance, which, So,
well,
hey, Sam.
And this is the thing, not many people are social distancing, if you get me. I mean, if you watch Vlad's thing from last night, you'll see Jed out with his mates camping.
Yeah.
They're sharing food off the same implements and all this kind of stuff. Not even a single thought of social distancing, and fucking good on them.
No, I agree.
I salute you guys.
Yeah, I'm done with having to social distance.
Yeah, I've just tried something out for Vlad because obviously he's been having trouble getting his comments come through. So Vlad, if you notice you've got a spanner now, don't be appalled. It's just I wanted to see if your comments would come through with a spanner, and it did. It came through
don't be
fine.
Appalled. So. Gonna claim exempt from wearing masks. Cannot have my oxygen input disrupted in any way. I agree. I agree. If I get turned away from the supermarket, I will just order food online or just eat the tomatoes that are in my garden.
Actually, Stacey, I think I did see that video, the Batman one, possibly, or maybe I just saw the thumbnail for it. I don't know. But,
is a burqa a mask?
And yeah, this is the thing. What was it? Not necessarily. This is in Australia anyway. I think they were saying any face covering, a scarf, like anything that covers the face is classed as a mask. Or so I can't. It was on Max Egan anyway, so I'm assuming it's Australia, but it could have been America. I don't think it was England, but he does play clips from all over the place. So. Yeah, no, like I say, I've just given you that wrench, so your comments come through. That's it, because you seem to be having trouble with your comments coming through, and apparently I've heard that's a solution to give somebody a wrench. I'll be back in 1 minute.
I have frogs in my house.
Okay. Cakes has gone to catch a frog, right? But yeah, so I mean, I suppose as much as I'd hate to do it, if it come to it, I'd have to obviously speak to Cakes, but it may come to the point where we just have to give everyone a wrench, just so that their comments come through. So I'm going to take that wrench away from you again, Vlad, anyway, and carry on commenting and see if your comments come through. If they don't, then I'll have a word with Cakes and we'll. So I've removed it now, and we might just have to give everyone. I have Blue Ocean. I hate it. I'd hate to see it myself, but to be fair, most of the time I'm looking at it through StreamYard anyway, so I don't see all the blues. But I suppose if it works out that way, that more comments get through if you're a moderator, then it could be a solution. So anyway,
that was a perfectly reasonable thing. So my mum adores frogs, like they're her favourite animal, and Dan found a frog in the back garden, so he just brought it in to show my mum. And they're so cute. I love frogs. They're awesome. So I had to see as well, obviously. Yeah. I do apologise.
Well, is it a frog or a toad? Because a lot of people get them mixed up.
I think it's a frog. It's dark in the living room. I can't really see, but I saw here.
That's the thing. There are a lot more toads around than there are frogs. So yeah.
Do you see the little picture of the baby frog that was like this big? Do you see it on my finger?
Yeah,
so cute. Love them. They're so little. I don't know how much of the chat you've just read out, but face coverings could also mean just putting your hand in front of your face, to be honest. And that's honestly what I've been tempted to do. Okay, you want me to cover my face and just get my sleeve and go? Because like I don't want to. I'm such an emotive person. I've said this before to you guys. I'm such an emotive person. I can hear my mum.
We can all hear it.
Sorry, but I'm such an emotive person. Like she's holding the frog. I can't take a picture. My phone's in use, mother.
Did she wash her hands first? Because she will be hurting the frog with the acids from her hands. Just as a
No, Dan's
I'm social justicing for a frog now. Fuck. Make sure you wash your hands. You don't hurt the frog.
Well, they should be wet as well. So when I picked the frog up in the park, I licked my hand, and my stepmom was like, "Why are you licking your hand? It's a frog." And I was like, "Because it hurts them if you don't." And I'm not a bitch. I'm not going to purposefully hurt the frog when I'm trying to get it off of the footpath so that it doesn't get squished, you know?
That one came through, so it's not all your
I noticed comments. It happens when I comment a large chunk of words, like this. Let me see if this goes through. Hopefully it does. If not, what the fudge is going on here? So annoying.
Well,
I agree, Vlad.
Okay, Vlad, you in particular, like, you may as well be the little guinea pig for this little thing then. Right, from now on, just before you write a comment, copy it. So, like, if it doesn't go through, then just write a comment, give me a wrench again, and I'll give you a wrench so you can put your comment in, then I'll take your wrench away. Either that, like I say, or we make everyone a wrenchy.
But telling me I'm forgiven, how is that a combination of words that you know, because one of the comments that Vlad put on was that Cakes, you're forgiven. Unless Cakes is banned. Everybody type Cakes, because I can't have Cakes on my, I think I told you guys, I can't have Cakes on my,
because it's a shortened
3DS
thing for Bukkake, you were saying.
Because it's shortened for Bukkake, so I can't have it on my 3DS. It's funny, I've got this right next to me. Oh, such a gamer.
Happy birthday to
Happy birthday, Jamie! Unnecessary. Sorry. Cakes is a wanker. My God. Hey, dickhead. Yeah, I see. Snowman says Chris. Snowman says Chris. He didn't. Yeah. Oh, amazing. I need a bottle opener. It's J2O. I'm not strange. You're strange. Dan, it's cold. Can you do it for me?
What happened again?
What happened again?
He's lost it again. He's lost it. I think Vlad's comment didn't go through. So I'll add moderator. Try and put that exact same comment through again. Now you're a moderator. And we'll see.
Is a twat bollocks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vlad, if it keeps happening, we'll just drop the link and you can join the...
It's crazy, though, that you can have twat bollocks, wanker come through, and yet you write something like, I don't know.
I'm forgiven.
Yeah, and it won't go, or whatever, and it won't go through. Just something... yeah.
I changed my YouTube channel. Are you the guy that I blocked last week? I won't forget about tomorrow, Sam. I apologise. I won't forget. I'll be there. Don't worry. The bell's on. Don't worry. D's not an officer, so you don't have to worry about impressing him. It's fine.
Oh, is this a gamer guy? Is it this Sam J. Brook?
Yeah. Oh,
right,
Turk.
Okay.
No. Are you the same person, Turk? Cakes is a wanker. I wasn't on top chat. I had to switch to live chat to see it. I should hope so.
Yeah, top chat will get rid of that kind of stuff. But it's kind of almost second nature now when I go into YouTube, just to go up and put it onto live chat. So
YouTube knows you're a BitChute user, Vlad. It's attacking back.
Oh yeah, he's the Officer Turk guy, the one that got a bit creepy last time. So
okay,
if you can maintain your creepiness, not maintain it as in sorry, not refrain from your creepiness.
Stop trying to hit on me. My boyfriend sat next to me. God.
But yeah, as long as you can refrain, not maintain, refrain from your creepiness, you will be allowed to stay.
I'm pressing Pelican otherwise. Yeah, no, Pelican likes you. Pelican likes you.
Mouse and keyboard.
Sam. The elite one.
Yes.
In jokes. You guys don't know what's going on. Well, I don't have a husband. I have a boyfriend.
No, you're gone. Sorry to.
Bye-bye. Please refrain from creepiness. No circle jerking, no white knights here. I'm getting too warm.
With it. No, it's not about white knight and stuff. It's just I can't.
No, well, I was gonna list things that I don't need in my life. And circle jerking, white knighting, and men hitting on me is not something I need. Thank you very much. Where's the Turkish guy gone?
He's out of there.
Like, I know we're all for free speech and everything, but
I'm not.
When your free speech is boring, go away.
No, look, so I'm not for free speech anymore. You can say an awful lot around me. I won't tolerate.
All right, Sam. Have a good night.
That is my choice.
Wow. So anyway, Borris Johnson versus Bestiality.
Oh yeah, we had fucking out with 29 minutes, and we finally got to the topic. Like, hey, yes.
So I woke up this morning to a news report that Borris Johnson said He loved fox hunting in a semi-sexual way and encouraged illegal hunts to ignore the ban on fox hunting. This is actually from 2005, but it's just come to light now. This was from an interview 15 years ago.
Yeah,
but
when
he
the
said
whole hunting thing was kicking off, like,
yeah. But he said that he loved hunting with dogs in part because of the semi-sexual relation with the horse. I don't understand.
Sorry, this is now like, this is not the first time we've heard about sexual relations with horses on this channel.
It's not. It's
and
the
I'm
second
just
time.
like, what the fuck? How can something like that be coming up again on this fucking channel?
Because
what is it with
free
horses
speech.
and weirdos?
I don't know. And the military style pleasure of moving as a unit. I just can't. I don't understand. What does that say?
It's crazy how synchronicities like that happen. Sorry, I just wanted to, because I think Stacey put synchronicity in the chat earlier, and then another little synchronicity has happened.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did he attend an all-boys school? Didn't he? Yeah, I think he went to Eton.
Well, I actually went to an all-boys school before I moved here. Yeah, Walderslade High School for boys.
Oh wow! Yeah. Aren't you Mr. Fancy Pants? Goodness me. But no, he went to, I believe, the same school as David Cameron, which is Eton.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like
This
that.
wasn't a posh school that I went to. It was just one of the few remaining public schools that was still segregated.
Yeah.
I mean, we were right next to the girls' school, and we did home ec with the girls. But yeah,
I bet you did home ec with the girls.
Yeah, but then I moved here,
you did.
And all the classes were mixed, and it was weird. It was detrimental to my learning, being in a mixed school. So I am fully for segregating schools to boys and girls only. Right? Yeah. If you actually want your kids to learn anything, and even then, don't send them to a school. Send them to an education system that segregates, not to a schooling system that indoctrinates.
A snowman says he saw a picture of young Boris with Ghislaine Maxwell. I can't, how do you say her name?
Well, I've heard it Ghislaine.
Ghislaine. So
kind of pick one, but I
Maxwell.
I'd have to see it again. Well, right, where's this comment? I can't see it.
I Snowman, 4 comments up. I seen a picture of a young Boris with Maxwell whispering in his ear, "Jizzbag, Ghislaine." Yeah,
Ghislaine. I'd pronounce that because it's a G.
Ghislaine.
If it was a J, then I'd put it Ghislaine. So yeah,
I'm still going to call it Ghislaine. Ghislaine.
Well, this is the thing that they're all mixing. They've all. I mean, I remember even as like a young teenager reading about a guy called, I was in my teens, so whether young or not, I don't know, but a guy called David Mellor. He was a conservative who got caught up in this big, like, he was hiring out prostitutes and bondage and all this kind of stuff, like, and this was like in the spitting image times and stuff, and so we've known for a long time that politicians seem to get into this weird stuff, like very weird stuff, like sexual circles and that kind of stuff. And I suppose that's why it made it so easy when I got into the conspiracy. I had to accept the fact that the government is totally corrupt. And
well, you've got Pigsgate as well.
Little bits. Pigsgate.
The initiation that David Cameron and Boris Johnson both had to take to get into an elite club.
Oh, like the skull and crossbones for the Yanks over in.
But do you know what his initiation was?
If it's got fucking a pig, jerking a pig off, that's something horrible. If it's something to do with pigs,
to put his dick in the head of a dead pig.
Oh, that's fucking. I don't know whether that's the.
Yeah.
So not even just bestiality; it's necrophilia bestiality. Yeah. Oh, it's the Millennium Falcon.
It looks like cheese from over here without my glasses on.
the Millennium Falcon.
It looks like cheese, like Swiss cheese. And I hadn't noticed it. I was just looking at you, but now all I can see is a block of Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly wouldn't put that thing in the mouth of a live pig. Shave your beard for your birthday, Jamie.
I will be getting a green screen sorted soon, so I will have a background at some point. So
wow. Well, we have the real Millennium Falcon.
Well, I've got the stand now. I just need to get the material, and all the reviews on the material was like saying, "Oh, don't bother buying this. You can never get the creases out." Blah 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 blah. And the only one I can find that will send it rolled, it's like 94 quid a roll. I can't afford 94 quid for a roll of fucking green screen stuff. So
can't you just use card?
No, I've gone onto Etsy, and there's a place that does spandex.
Okay.
They do it in neon green, so I'm just going to order some of that, and I think it'll come to like 14 quid. And that stuff I can actually stretch out, so it doesn't matter about crinkles. That was my thinking anyway. I don't know whether it will even be a viable background, but for 14 quid, I'm willing to try it out.
I don't think it will because of the light coming through it. It needs to be quite.
I might have a background on it, but I'm buying it twice as long as I need it, so I can fold it if needed.
Okay, because I know a lot of people, a lot of gamers. I've seen a lot of people setups where they've literally got a piece of wood stuck to the back of their chair with like a T piece of wood, and then green card, like photographer's backdrop card stuck to it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's probably the next best thing to do after material, actually, because you can buy the spray paint, the chroma key spray paint, and then just get a bit of card, spray it, and stick it to the stand I got. Yeah, in fact, I might even try that because I've not ordered the material yet because I'm skint for another couple of weeks. So, Boris, sorry, I've taken us away from Boris.
That's disgusting. I know someone 35 years ago from Vlad that got caught stroking his dog off by other friends. He ran away and was never seen again. That's
another South Park episode now. That's all I can because South Park did an episode of that where Cartman was jerking his dog off.
I don't like it.
They turned it into a game. I think at some point, like all the other kids went home and started jerking their dogs off. This was an early South Park as well. So
I don't like it.
No, unless you're a breeder of animals and it's part of your job. Like no, because unfortunately animals can be tricky to breed. I've heard. I've never bred animals, but yeah, so they do need to help the process along at times.
Snowman, the dog ran away? ? I think he means the person ran away.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think that the dog got out of that situation. Hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully, yeah.
Bestiality needs to be enforced. Be an enforced law. It should, yeah. It is in some countries, but.
Yeah, I was going to say it is in most countries. It's unfortunately in some states in America, it's still legal. And there are people that are actually married to animals, and I've only got that knowledge because of Channel 4. There's a documentary on it about like 10 or 15 years ago.
People are fucking weird. I don't like it.
It's a fucked up world. It is a fucked up world.
But when I say I don't want to wear a face mask, there's all fucking uproar. When Boris Johnson essentially says he wants to fuck his horse, nobody's saying anything. The fuck?
Yeah, this is the thing because I haven't heard anything about it. This is I've not heard anything about that at all. Nobody speaking about it. No, yeah. I mean, how did that not come up in his run to be leader of what even party? Conservatives?
Yeah, Tories,
whatever. Red Rocket. That's it. Red Rocket. It was the Red Rocket game. Yeah.
No, I'm not happy. Basically, that was honestly all I had to say about Boris.
That kind of leads into though things like Star Trek and sci-fi things when you see humans like in a relationship with an alien. That's bestiality. That's a separate species that you are having intimate relationships with. That's bestiality.
Yeah.
And it's normalized because they kind of look a little bit human.
It's normalized.
It was always
but
weird
it's
to me.
consensual.
It was always weird to me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I could completely blank out my sexual feelings towards some, if you know what I mean, because some of them would look very human. But my point is, it was very programmed into you to be normalized to, if you're into sci-fi, to be in a way accepting of interspecies relationships. And obviously now, having woken up from all that, it not only am I like, oh, it's weird, it actually disgusts me. So
pedos are all coming out of the woodwork now, which is worse. I would say pedophilia is worse.
Definitely.
But at the same time, I don't think either one should be less punishable.
Well, pedos is worse, but bestiality is weirder, if you get me. Because pedophilia, that's like within the species, but to go for a bestiality, that's outside of the species. So whereas it's actually worse in my mind to be a pedophile, it's weirder to be into bestiality.
Yeah.
Oh bloody hell! Sorry. When stuff clips, I end up pressing the wrong thing.
Good job. No, and yeah, you're right. There are a lot of pedos coming out of the woodwork, if that's the way you want to say it, at the moment, and it's
the fact. This is the thing, that they were given a way to get into the woodwork in the first place, if you get me. And this was because it was given an open platform again back in the 80s, and the activists for paedophilia literally went out and taught all the paedophiles which jobs to go for, how to hide it, all this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden it went underground again. Yeah, and now it's all starting to come out, and all these people are starting to be exposed for it.
So it makes me feel sick hearing about it, but I'm also glad that we're hearing about it, because it means that people can stand up. It means that people have the option to stand up. It means that it's I don't think people will. I don't think there'll be as much of an uproar as there should be. I don't think people are going to be doing as many things as they should be. But it's better that people are being exposed than being able to still hide what they are, you know. Because, you know, maybe one of them will catch a random brick flying across the street at them. You know, that would always be delightful.
And so, Jamie, can you remember the name of the TV presenter? I've not heard about this.
No, I haven't either. Let me get the Google box out.
It's a race between Cakes and Jamie now. But I mean, and this is the thing, and I know I get a bit snowflakey when it comes to the whole paedophilia side of things, but
I don't like the way you phrased that at all.
Well, I get very reactionary then when it comes to the paedophilia stuff.
I don't think you should apologise for that, and I don't think you should call yourself snowflakey for something that should be built into us. No, but it's something that's built into us. We should be cross. The only one I've got is Jimmy Savile. It's the only one that's coming up.
Oh wait, Paul's saying Google BBC statue pedo.
Ben Thomas. Oh, I've seen that. We've shared that on here. You guys have seen that from us, because you guys have seen that
ringing
statue.
Bells. My mind was going.
There's an image of a small boy, like a statue of a small naked boy above the BBC's head office. Possibly, and we've shared that on. No, there definitely is. We've definitely shared this on here. Ben Thomas. I don't know who Ben Thomas is. Hang on.
Oh, I know that name. So he must be someone from when I was watching telly, or at least when my kids were watching telly. Yeah, I can picture him. He's one of those smirky little fuckers. Seemed a bit old to be doing a job. Possibly, if it's the guy I'm thinking of, I don't know.
I don't recognise his face at all.
What's his name? I'll
Ben Thomas. But no, I don't think anybody should have to.
Oh no, I don't know. That's not somebody I know.
I don't think
No, it's
anybody
definitely
should
not
have
even
to.
close to the person I was thinking. Sorry, but yeah, he's what is it? BBC presenter turned evangelical preacher, 44, admits 40 sex offences against children, and that was one day ago on Daily Mail.
It makes me feel sick, man. It really does. It makes me feel.
Well, this is the thing. See, he's gone from TV presenter to one of the paedophile professions, which is a preacher.
It's funny that. A few hundred folk surrounded the house of a pedo in Royston, Glasgow. The police had to come and escort the pedo out of the area, never to return, a few weeks ago. What about David Icke's theory, Edward Health? Elites killing and drinking their blood.
Sorry, I'm just reacting to Jamie's there. He probably does it with sheep, seeing this topic as bestiality. Sorry, what did you just say? Because I would like to say.
It was Dan W's comment. What about David Icke's theory, Edward Health? Elites
Edward
killing
Heath, elites killing and drinking their blood.
Did I say health?
Yeah, you said health. Yeah.
Can't read.
Yeah, the old Teddy Heath thing. That's the because he was prime minister, wasn't he? And yeah, it came out later, like that it was well known that he was a paedophile and stuff. I think Edwina Curry, in Edwina Curry's diaries or something from the time, so they knew at the time and before. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. It's hidden. But this is what I mean. It's not, and this is what I tried to say the other day. It's not just hidden by the government. It's not just hidden by the police. Families cover it up because
of the shame.
They've moved on in life. They will get on and stuff, and they don't want to remember the past, so they just brush it under the table as if it didn't happen.
It's disgusting.
Like I say, it's so much more prevalent, and than most people. If you haven't been affected by it and stuff, you may not have had conversations with people that lead into those kind of conversations, and you may not realize just how prevalent it is. But I'm not even joking when I say like 70% of women who have got onto those conversations have been abused by an older sibling at some point in their life. So
I also think that TV shows normalize it as well. And I don't just mean little kids normalize it. I mean 14-year-old vulnerable people. Well, a 14-year-old child, a 14-year-old are still children, you know. And
considering
it normalizes it from that.
Your brain by average isn't like fully matured until you're 25. Yeah, so it's not reached its full capacity, potential. And even then, like I say, that doesn't mean it can't be changed after 25.
Of course,
it's just that's when it's reached its potential. So technically, in my eyes, you're really of a child's mind until you've at least reached the physical age of 25. I mean, I'm willing to accept that people have to be treated as adults earlier than that in order to get them ready to be adults. Yeah, if you get me. So 18, I think, is a good kind of age to make people responsible for their actions at the very least. And even then, like I say, it's younger than that to be responsible for actions, but you know what I mean, fully held accountable for their actions by the time they're 18 and stuff. So you've got time to learn, but before you're fully developed to be an adult. And it's.
Jamie says, so his brain's just reached full potential today.
Yeah, well, again, it's an average. Yeah, some people will get there faster, some people will get there slower a bit. It's one of those arbitrary numbers they like to throw at us as an average. So, and Stacey, I'm sorry to hear that, but unfortunately, it's not an uncommon story throughout my life. And this is why, again, I get so outraged about things. It's because it's so common and people seem to just think it's not. And again, if it's not happened to you and you're not had conversations with people it's happened to, it's probably because it's not happened to you, so you've not got into that kind of conversation to have with people. And good. I'm glad you've managed to go through life without being influenced at all by this, but it's certainly not been a part of my life. So.
And I mean, it's not just rape and things like that young people have to succumb to. It's there's a lot of even words are abuse, especially when they're to a child. You know, and even when, let's say it's a 13-year-old boy, and they're being told by their uncle, "Oh, you're going to have all the ladies," but they take it a little bit too far, and they're telling them in detail about sex and how that is. That's not an appropriate conversation for a child, not at all. And how women through TV shows and men are taught that women should use their body and sex to get what they want. And so that you see these 14-year-old girls wearing absolutely nothing because they think that that's how it should be. It's fucking disgusting. No, put some clothes on and find your parents. Get your shit together. But it's not their fault. I don't think it is their fault. I genuinely
it's a societal problem. It is.
That I don't think that one girl should be blamed for the way she dresses when it's deemed completely acceptable and normal by the rest of society. You know, there's a reason at school you're told to have your skirt at a certain length, and it's not so that you don't distract people, because, as I said last week, it shouldn't be about. Men should be able to control themselves, no matter what a woman is wearing.
Yeah,
it's not the case.
No, they should, but this is the thing. We're not talking about men at the moment. You're talking about the younger people, and this is where the control, unfortunately, isn't quite there yet. You haven't learned those things, so yeah,
exactly.
That's why you need that discipline,
and that's why I said they should, because boys should. If a boy's been raised right,
but no, again, like I say, when your hormones are first kicking in and that kind of stuff, your teaching goes out the window, and you follow your instincts. Like when you're a young teenager, like,
I guess.
I mean, but I'm not saying they should be excused for it. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying it's going to have to be accepted as being part of what they're going to have to go through to get to the point where they learn to control those emotions and stuff. So
yeah, I get that. So in terms of like clothing, let me give you an example. When I see a young girl or babies in bikinis or two-piece bathing suits, it makes me want to throw up. Same as when I see young boys in pants, like pants and not shorts, that makes me want to throw up as well.
See, not right. See, again, this is another society thing. When I was younger, and like when we went off to the beach in groups and stuff, because that's what you did, because not everyone had cars, so it tended to be like you went off with your mates and their parents and that kind of stuff, and we went to the beach and stuff until we got at least 9 years old. Most of the time we'd be running around naked, like, because that's just the way it was. That's just what everyone did. Like, even in even in gardens and stuff, like when you had a little paddling pool and stuff, like if you got too muddy and stuff, it'd just be And again, I'm not saying this is necessarily right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the way it was back then. So I come from a slightly different point, because back then this is what paedophilia wasn't really this big thing much. So just because naked didn't mean that a paedophile was going to be looking at them. It's the internet that has unfortunately done that, because now it's accessible, if you get me. It's not like it's just there going to remain in your street. Somebody can quite easily take a picture, put it on the internet. So now it has the nefarious undertones. So in this society, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying from my experience.
That. But do you think there is a difference between a kid running around naked at the beach or a kid in an attractive bikini or a flashy bikini? Because I think there's a difference between being in the natural human state as you would a long time ago, or emphasizing areas on a child that, one, aren't there, and two, shouldn't be emphasized.
Yeah, again, the sexualization, because this is the thing with it. There's no need to have a low cut top for a child, if you get me. Like, the only reason for a low cut top is to show a cleavage off.
Yeah. They show there is no purpose to them. All you get is sunburn.
Yeah.
That's all you get from them. And as a chesty person, That is all you get.
Again, yeah, out in public, like I say, in today's day and age, cover your kids up, because, like I say, it's just too easy for images to end up online. But as for, like I say, running around the house and stuff, if they're more comfortable naked, let them run around naked. Like, I mean, as long as you're not taking pictures and putting them on the fucking internet.
So Stacey said yes, D, and people weren't pigs. I think society is exactly the same. I honestly do. I don't think there's more or less paedophiles. I just think the accessibility for paedophiles to gain such pictures is that there's just more accessibility.
Yeah.
So there is a difference between taking a picture with a disposable camera of your kids running around on the beach in the buff, and there's a difference between being able to take a picture on a smartphone.
Yeah. No, well, I've literally, I mean, I've got pictures that, like, my mum in photo albums. That's how we used to keep our pictures, in photo albums. And there are pictures of me with the neighbours' girls, like 2 girls. So me and my brother, and the 2 girls from not right next door, just a door over, all in the bath together, having a bath, like, because that's just the way it was done. Like, yeah.
So, see, there's a picture of me getting the clothes out of the tumble dryer, and I have no clothes on. There's just me bent over in the tumble dryer trying to get all the clothes out, because I just run around the house naked. But I don't have a single picture. They do, and I don't have a single picture on my phone of Freddie inappropriate, because if my phone was to be stolen, it's a lot different to having a still. There's a big difference between having a still photograph of your child for. I mean, most of us here, there is definitely a picture of us in the buff, in the bath, or in the buff in the playground somewhere. But in the back garden, I mean, not in the playground. It's probably not appropriate. But I don't think many parents now take photos of their kids, because, like Dee just said, there's hacking. My phone could be stolen. And I mean, especially with me putting myself out there on YouTube, I don't want anybody to, what's that thing called? Doxed? No.
Doxer. Yeah, dox.
Yeah, it is dox. I don't want anybody to dox me and then find these pictures of my son and put them online. So I have no inappropriate photos of my son, because I don't want to risk somebody looking at him that way. That's disgusting. And he's 7, you know. Leave him alone. In today's age, I would never let a child be nude in public. I agree. People dress sexually as they've been hypersexualized by media. Yeah, they definitely have. I mean, it's definitely more so in England and America. But if you look at other countries, especially in Europe, where children don't even start school until 7, and they don't leave school until they're 18, and then they go to college and university after that, you can tell by those kind of structures that children are left more to be children.
Yeah, we got the English kind of mentality got destroyed by American TV shows and movies, unfortunately, because what they don't tell you, no, it's not that. It's what they don't make clear is that they stay at high school till they're 18, then they go on to college. So when you're looking at the college kids, they're coming up to their 20s then and stuff, and doing all this freaked up shit. At 16 in this country, kids are doing that same stuff because they're seeing it in the American movies and thinking that's how teenagers are supposed to be. No, that's how kids 3-4 years older than you are supposed to be in America. Like, and this is why we have such a massive problem with the teen pregnancies and people getting out partying and stuff so young. It's not because they're ready for it. It's because they're trying to emulate what they're seeing on the media.
Yeah.
Because of understanding what they're seeing on the media.
When I was just before I got pregnant with Fred, there was this. So my mum had this best friend at school, and she had her first 2 kids quite young. I think she was probably 20, same as I was when I had Fred. But her youngest daughter, her oldest daughter, third daughter, is a month older than me. So I've grown up with her. Like, I've known her my entire life. And her younger sister is 4 years younger than me. So just before or around the time I got pregnant with my boy, she purposefully, in year 11, which is 15 to 16, she was 15 at the time, she purposefully got pregnant at school. purposely at 15 years old. Like, I don't understand why. I don't know. I personally don't get it. That's far too young. I think you've ruined your life. I mean, at least I got through college, you know.
See, this is the thing, though. This is almost in a way like hindsight, because when you're a teenager, you think that is your life. You think the next 5 years is the rest of your life and stuff. So again, and I don't understand how a lot of adults seem to forget that. If you get me, we seem to just phase that out, like as if like teenagers' lives or issues aren't important.
Mm-hmm.
They're the most important issues that teenagers had to date. Like, who are we to belittle them, no matter what they are? If you know what I mean, and again, we do forget that, and it's kind of just, and it's another big issue because we're not dealing with those issues properly because we're just brushing them under the carpet as a non-issue. So yeah. Sorry, I've taken away the.
No, but I used to go to college on the bus, and I also used to get the bus into town after school as well. And I remember being on the bus coming home from college, and there were these like 14, 15, 16-year-olds on the bus, and I was 19 at the time, and I remember thinking, for fuck's sake, shut up, you're so childish. And then I remember sitting there and thinking, hang on a minute, this was you literally 3 years ago, because it is insane how much you mature between 15 and 19. It is absolutely crazy. And I since that went through my head, every time I see a group of young girls, instead of judging them first, I try and remember how free I felt back then, because that's one of the biggest things I remember thinking when I was in school and college. Fuck's sake, I hate this, I want it to be over. And then you don't believe your parents when you're like, oh, you'll miss it when it's over, but boy, fuck, do I miss being that young, being able to chill in the park and have absolutely no responsibilities.
It's not see, this is the thing, it's not that you didn't have responsibilities, you had no concept of consequences. This is the thing that I think we again look at. It's because we all knew the responsibilities, but the reason those group of kids on the bus were so noisy and loud and stuff was because they hadn't yet come to the realization that they were acting against the social norm, if you know what I mean, of respecting other people's privacy and that kind of thing. That knowledge they may know it, but it hasn't yet, it's not what they live yet. And that's when growing up becomes a thing, when you start actually living the idea of consequences and not just knowing there will be consequences, if you get me.
Yeah. Look, I never cared for the consequence either, though. I didn't give a fuck about the consequence when I was younger.
Because not enough consequences had happened to you to accumulate you to start thinking, oh shit, actually I better start thinking about these consequences for myself.
The consequences that were
to others.
The consequences that were imposed on me were never really that serious. I mean, you know, I'm a brat, so I tended to get away with far too much than I should have, realistically speaking. Like, my parents could not deal with me. They couldn't. I was fucking horrible. I was out weekends at a time, not calling my mum when I was 14 years old, in God knows what disgusting hellhole that I was in, absolutely stoned and pissed out my face. The conversation was paedophilia, but we've digressed. We went from bestiality to paedophilia, and I don't know if you want to drop the link in, D. What?
Yeah, to be fair, it's 11 o'clock now. I will be cutting off at 12 because I do want to get some sleep. So
our Luckless is tired here. Our Chuckles is tired.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to join us, feel free.
Not even so much tired. I'm a little bit beyond tired at this point. I am running on fumes, but
wow, look at you go.
Well, it's good, no, because it hasn't. Usually, I'll be like, fucking, but I am, like you say, in quite a perky mood anyway. Still, so it's all good.
Oh, I
am gonna cut it off.
I might like put my hood back on.
We may finish before midnight, but that's the link if you want to join us, and the limit is going to be midnight, no matter how good the conversation gets.
Okay, watch a movie called Urge, made in 2016. Can you tell me the premise?
Yeah.
We watched The Old Guard. It's on Netflix. It's actually a film adapted from a comic book, but not like a thin comic book, like a thick like comic book. And it was fucking great. Holy shit, it's amazing. Honestly, watch it. It's called The Old Guard. You won't be disappointed.
An island getaway turns deadly when a mysterious nightclub owner, Pierce Brosnan, introduces a group of friends to a drug that can be taken more than one time. It can't be taken more than one time. Sorry.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's got nobody famous in apart from Pierce Brosnan. And he's only really famous because he was a Bond.
When I was at school, you would get the cane. They used violence on kids. It just made me a rebel. I don't think anybody has the right to hit my child.
Yeah, see, they weren't allowed to cane us and stuff when I was at school, but they were still allowed to hit us with their hands and stuff. So yeah, it was. So it wasn't like you were like called to the office and then made to bend over and caned or anything. It was just if the teacher didn't like what you were doing, they'd give you a clip around the ear. And even then, but that was only very early on in school. Like, but by the time I was leaving primary school, my younger brother was still in primary school. He actually had to have a note written home because he was pinching the girls' bums, and the headmaster wanted to smack him, so he actually sent a note home to my mum asking permission to smack him. So I can't even remember what the outcome was, but
I don't agree with it. And can I borrow your hand, babe?
Not right now.
See, again, there's a time and a place for it. If a child has put herself in danger, I'm fully for giving them a good smack rather than them having succumbed to that danger. Like, but
I go for the guilt trip. Like I go for the I would have lost you, and it works with my son. It's not to say that it works with every son. This is how hard I hit Freddie. Like that.
Yeah, see, no, that's I wouldn't like but see this right, the psychological damage you're doing to Freddie by making him feel guilty is way worse than the physical damage you'd ever do to him by smacking him. Because the guilt stuff is what fucked me up as a young man. Like it turns you into a little pussyfied little girl. Because all you're ever doing is thinking about other people and never thinking about yourself because you're so guilt-ridden from everything. It was one of the tactics my mum switched to. So,
now my mum used to hit me, and my dad didn't. My dad did things the way that I do things with Fred, and my dad's way worked for me.
Yes, you're very anxious and stuff as an adult now, aren't you? Could that be because of the guilt-ridden feelings that are hidden in your subconscious?
No, that's because I was attacked many times as a teenager, D. You know how I was when I was a teenager and beaten black and blue and have scars all over my body because of it. That's definitely because of that kind of abuse. And definitely being sexually abused as a 15-year-old girl is where my anxiety comes from.
But I'm just saying there could be other underlying issues as well.
There could be. Every single experience that you experience in life combines together to make who you are. With one of those things taken away, I wouldn't be who I am right now. I know that's very cliche. I wouldn't be who I am right now. But that's, I'm not saying it in a cliche way. I don't know how. I don't think as a parent you know how your child is going to turn out, and I think you have to make the best decisions for your child. I feared my mum when I was younger, and I don't want that with my son.
See, but it's not like you were probably there in a state of fear all the time. Like you felt fear when you knew you'd done something wrong. No. Oh, see, I only ever shit myself when I knew I'd done something wrong. So.
No.
See, to be fair, like I said, all the problems I've expressed with my mom, her teachings, like parenting style, was actually pretty beneficial for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I say, I can certainly say I was like the only time I feared my parents or my mum was when I had done something wrong. So, yeah.
See, if Freddie does something that he shouldn't do, not the only time I guilt him is when he's done something that's going to hurt him. So, for example, he swallowed a penny. I guilted him then because he could have choked.
What?
I wasn't there. Yeah, you. Okay, yeah, you don't know.
We used to eat pennies as kids. It's just a challenge. Like, how many pennies?
But a penny is the same size as his esophagus. If that had gone the wrong way, I wasn't there. You know, so he had to know.
No, no. Again, don't get wrong. But I wouldn't have thought that was a telling off moment personally. That's all. I would have just thought that's what are you doing, your silly dickhead moment.
Well.
But that's just me. I'm not saying right or wrong. But I'm not saying right or wrong here. Don't think I'm putting a judgment on that. But
no. But had he have been slightly older, a couple of years older, that's how I would have done it. But because he's 7 and he did it in his bedroom at night, and then came down and told us, when I check on him when I go to the bathroom, it was
like he'd kind of done it in a sneaky way, kind of thing.
Yeah, the way he'd done it wasn't as a. Mum, look, I just swallowed a penny. It wasn't like that.
Is it? So, he knew he was doing wrong, did it anyway, and then come down to tell you.
Yeah, so that was an instance where I guilted him. He doesn't really do anything dangerous where we do need to make him feel guilty. But you know that when Freddie's naughty, you've heard it firsthand. I explained to him why what he's done is wrong, and then tell him he shouldn't do it and explain with words. And 9 times out of 10, he doesn't tend to do it again, other than touching my shit and dropping my controller, which he did today. And I'm very close to banning him from the Xbox because it's mine. Although it's sellotaped together anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, hang on, let me catch up here. Damn, I felt that smack over here. Sorry, Sam, I apologise. I hope your hand's okay. I've smacked their diaper, but never hard, just to get their attention, but very rarely. As they grow out of diapers, nope, they're amazing boys. My parents threatened us with a party behind the door when we played up, while in public, meaning us smacking around, lol. Did us no harm. In the 60s, when I was a kid, people used to smack their kids in public. How things have changed.
Your child was bad, you beat them.
Well, that wasn't even in the 60s. When I was growing up, you'd get beaten up in the supermarket and shit. Like, yeah, that was commonplace. Yeah, that was in the 80s for me, because I was born 77. So I'd tend to count the 80s as my growing up kind of thing.
This I can relate to. With my sons, I made sure they didn't live how I did. They had a fridge, stove, heat, clothes, security, cake. That's all a kid needs. Give the kid the cake. When I was a little kid, there was an epidemic of glue sniffers. They were crazy. On sighting you, they'd scream incoherently, then come charging after you. Thank God they didn't just walk up quietly. Why the fuck did you grow up? The fuck did I just read?
Well, I knew a couple of glue sniffers and stuff, like, but yeah, they were never a threat. See, it was never an epidemic either. There was never people that were.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That were like glue sniffers.
Don't know what stroke pack you could possibly mean.
By the way, folks, those buttons on the back of Kate's controller, that's because she has turned into a cheat at games.
But there is genuinely sellotape on it, though. Look, it is genuinely sellotape. Like, this button doesn't work. This button sticks. This button doesn't work. This one doesn't work. That one falls out. That one, I've already said, that one doesn't work. That one doesn't work.
Why don't you just get a new controller?
And this one constantly just drifts this way, which is very disappointing. No, it's not. It's the eliminator. It's the expensive, more expensive one.
Now a part of the problem with the gaming world. She is now what is destroying the gaming world.
No, I don't run scripts. I don't have auto
aim. She's making
aim.
excuses for her cheating, but she's cheating.
I don't have auto aim at the head, but I do have auto crouch on. So yes, I am trash, the epitome of trash. But to be perfectly honest, I only use it when I come across other people I know who are using it, or if I can tell that somebody is like mouse and keyboard and they shouldn't be. So, yeah. Oh, I've missed a comment. Hang on.
We may have missed a few.
I did my fair share of sniffing. No glue though. What stopped me was I walked into a house and there was a blanket draped over 4 chairs in a room. Inside they were huffing petrol from an oil drum. What the fuck? I've smoked weed.
I've huffed petrol in the past, just a couple of times, like just as that's what everyone else was doing. It's weird. It messes because it leaves you with a pounding headache, which I imagine the glue sniffing does as well. To be fair, because that's a solvent. So
I don't understand. I've sniffed glue once, and it was a Pritt stick, and I smelled it because it smelled like marzipan, and I was like, "Oh, this smells good," and it was non-toxic, which is why I smelled it. And then my teacher told me off for smelling the Pritt stick, but I was like, "Look, miss, it smells like marzipan. Smell it." And she was like, "Oh yes, it does." And then I was like, "Now I want Battenberg cake. Fight me," but without the fight me because I was less sassy as a child. Glasgow, I used to cut through the graveyard on the way to school. They hung around the graveyard like it was 28 days later, man. Do you mean the Goths?
No, the glue sniffers.
Because we used to hang around the glue sniffers. Okay. Wet dishcloth behind the knees. Ow, that sounds painful. I don't want that. Sniffing from an oil drum. Whatever floats your boat, bass man.
Yeah.
That probably was one of Boris's ex-girlfriends they were sniffing. Oh my God. You two are great together. Thank you for the smiles tonight and the synchronicity. You're more than welcome. You're always welcome here. Everybody is. You all should know that. And yeah,
I used to have a much better smile before I destroyed the nerves in my upper lip, unfortunately, or had them destroyed.
And I'm going to assume before you did your party trick as well.
Well, it was that did it basically because obviously it was when they were removing the remains of that destroyed the upper nerves and stuff.
No.
I just don't get much range of movement on my upper lip now, so when I smile, it's not that. The middle bit is kind of dead.
No,
well, it's not the same for me anyway. You guys probably would. What the fuck? It's just a smile, but for me, it's a completely different smile than I had before. Yeah.
No. And yeah, I should hope we are. Like me and D here, we've known each other for many moons. You know, he was an officer in my clan. That's all I have to say. He's doing that like a list.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the thing is that when you're a gamer and you talk to people, you talk to them for like 10 hours a day, every single day. So you get to know people so well. Yeah. Like people completely discredit the relationships that you can form online, especially in a gaming situation where, I mean, I've had this new clanmate called Atomic, and he's been in our clan for 5 to 6 weeks now, and honestly he's now one of my closest people that I know. Like we have spent 16 hours every single day for the past 6 weeks because I've been on for 16 hours a day. I've barely slept.
Yeah, because you kind of take it, because that's where I was a little while ago when I was telling everyone all I'm doing is gaming and blah, blah. That's what I was doing, and it is that social interaction that I miss.
It's incredible.
I miss the social interactions.
Yeah. So, my clan, I absolutely adore them. Every single one of them. They're so fucking nice. Sam said, better story than Twilight. He was an officer in my clan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't game at all, ever. Don't know anything about it beyond that. Awesome.
Well, See, this is the thing. This is something that a lot of people should get into at some point, if for no other reason to keep your mind active.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've a few documentaries and stuff where they've actually shown studies of people are on computer games and how their minds are more active and that kind of stuff. And it can also help, even though APs and stuff, think faster, be more reactive again, and help with the
I can do it, but I'm only human.
No, fuck it. Where is it?
16 hours a day on Warface. That is not right for your mental health.
I'm nicking your
I've done it for 20 hours a day. Well done. I've done it for 20 hours a day at times, and that was an absolute low point. Yeah, well, I'm trying to save the clan, obviously. And that's why I snapped at you last night. That's why I got so cross. Like, I literally rage quit last night. I genuinely did. I went to bed. I was salty. I was just like, you know what? Fuck everybody. I'm going to have an early night, which I didn't in the end. I ended up having naughty times with Dan. Yeah, boy. Vlad's like, I'm uncomfortable now.
I don't bother me. It don't bother me. I'm not going to ask for details, but it doesn't bother me when I bring it up.
I mean, I don't think there's been a Sunday where I haven't mentioned sex. To be with me and Dan, I mean, I don't think there's been a Sunday. Like, I remember Jed saying, "Oh, it's not a 1 versus 1 me if Cakes doesn't talk about giving blowjobs."
Yeah. Hey, change the format so that we're all rectangle or landscape instead of portrait. There you go.
Oh, I don't. My face isn't as big. My ego hates this one. But
I wanted to see how far that went out. I was trying to get it to go all the way across.
Oh, so you have all the screen? I was quite surprised by the message you sent me. I didn't expect. Yeah, dude, it was because you backstripped me and she's a fucking hoe and I don't like her and she makes me so angry.
So this is gaming stuff. Sorry, guys.
I don't like her.
Yeah.
She's a bitch. She's muted now anyway, so she can fuck herself.
So, Vlad,
How are you,
awesome
Vlad?
hangout last night. It was. I thought it went exceedingly well for your first intermediate toilet show.
Yeah. It was. I was quite surprised. I thought there were like maybe 3 or 4 people show up. And there was one time there was 23 people, and then it stayed at 17. It stayed at 17. You know, consistent.
That's awesome. So you're matching us on your first show, look.
Yeah.
Nice.
You'll be exceeding us on your second.
He will. Who doesn't want to see Vlad? I think we get half of our viewership because of Vlad, if not more.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, no, dude. I'm so sorry for not being there last night, Vlad. I really am. I want it to be. I'm just shit. It's fine.
Well, I'm glad you took that route and and did what you needed to escalate yourself.
Anger.
Again. Yeah, escalate yourself and not bring it in there and but because if you could have if you wanted to, you could have been it on there. But if you felt like you needed to go to bed, then I ain't gonna take it personal. I ain't gonna hate you for it.
That's okay. I'll definitely be there in 2 weeks with fucking bells. I'll even wear a hat. If it was on BitChute, I'd even get my boobs out. Look at that.
Yeah, well, you always do your hat trick again and different colour hats.
Oh my god, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
That was my birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Vlad? Were you there for that? When I had my gaming headset on and I tied on a party hat.
Yeah.
And then for those of you who weren't there, right? So I tied on a party hat and it was on Jed's toilet show. And every sort of 20 minutes or so, I'd like dip my head off the camera and change the color of the party hat. And I shit you not, it took Jed about 3, maybe 3.5 hours to realize that the color of my hat kept changing. It was so funny. But yeah, I'll even wear a hat for you, Vlad.
All right, cool. But no, right now I was rendering the video from last night, the live stream. It was till this morning before it was even available to download because you can't download it when it's processing. And then I downloaded it and I went and made it until I could put my beginning and end on it. Yeah. And then and so I have that ready. And I was making another little short video to let people know on BitChute that they can join and stuff. And I did a little how to get into StreamYard without having to sign up and stuff.
Awesome.
It's real fucking easy. Just jump in there and do it. And said, we kind of went over what we talk about and stuff, and kind of why I'm wanting them to come over.
Well, at least you had one confirmed BitChute person in chat anyway that had come over, so you know the concept works. Look, you can get people from the different platforms and stuff. So,
the one woman I was talking about that I wanted to come on, I invited on, personally invited. Yeah. She had her upstairs neighbor had a flood, and it flooded her apartment. So she even made a video. I made a video, and the first 5 minutes was her apologizing and saying next time I do it, she'll jump on. And she was really bad that she couldn't come on and stuff. And she did watch that because there were things that she mentioned that was all in between there. So she had the whole thing. There was no way.
That's cool.
The spots that I had mentioned, because she's like, "Well, you mentioned me. That's cool." And then some other things that I talked about. And so that was cool. She did watch the whole 3 hours. Thing. I think I want to try to keep it to 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours, just so it's not so long. But then again, a lot of people like watching long ones. I have more success with long ones. Like my live streams, I would do 4 to 6 hours. People will watch those more than my little 3-minute videos. My 3-minute videos never got.
I was going to say, for me personally, yes, sometimes there are times when, like I say, I'm doing something on the computer where I've got nothing else to do, and I actually want something there in the background just to keep me going, and I don't feel like a film or anything, and it's like, I'll stick somebody's live show on that I haven't watched or I missed, and let it play through.
See, I can't do that. I can't do two different. Well, firstly, I prefer to watch live streams live because you all know me. I have so much to say, even if it's just in the comment section. You've got to hear my voice. You've got to hear what I want to say. So if I want to watch something, it's better for me to watch a film because I get less involved with the film and I almost disconnect and it's just there. Whereas if I watch you guys, like I can't. I remember that one weekend when I was like, I'm not coming on to Jed's. It was ages ago. I was like, I'm not going on Jed's because I need to catch up with clan stuff. This was back in it was the day where I didn't come on with the mic, and you said I didn't come on with my camera, and it was the first night that we met. What's her face? Horsefucker. What's her name? Eyes to see. It was the first night we met her, and I wasn't going to come on. I was going to just play my games and ignore everything. But you said you were going on, and I was like, okay, well, if you're going on, I'll just watch. And I couldn't watch and play. I just couldn't because you all had so many interesting things to say. I couldn't focus on both. People can't multitask. They can't.
No, I can. You see, with the type of games I play, because the games I'm playing on the PC are the nice, easy sit back and play. They're not like intense games that I'm playing at the moment. So literally, and this is the way I've always. Well, since the technology to allow it has happened, I've always been like, I can't just do one thing anymore. I've usually, like, no matter what I'm doing, I'll have like something else going on at the same time.
Yeah,
it's just the way I am. Like, I like input. The only time I have no input usually now is during meditation. So,
I mean, even at Christmas, where I did my Christmas parties and I play the Christmas music that you absolutely hate. I play like trash when I've got the Christmas music on in the background because I just can't focus on the music and the game at the same time. I don't really play racing games, Sam. There'll be a video on my channel very, very soon as to why I don't play racing games, because I cannot drive and women should not drive. Well, no, not because of that. Just, I mean, you two know what I was talking about with VB after last shows, so I don't want to say too much. But yeah, there's videos, a montage of my driving skills coming soon on my channel.
Right. But yeah, no, racing games. See, I don't like conventional stuff. Like, I probably wouldn't play, but for the old fun, I mean, the best racing game I ever played was Wipeout 2097. It was It was amazing. It was just the game of the day. Like, it was the best soundtrack. It blew everyone away when it came out. So,
I used to like Burnout. Those are the games that I used to play.
Yeah,
they were
Burnout.
amazing.
They were good because they had the crashes in them, didn't they? Where you could probably fuck shit up. Like,
well, the premise of it was to crash.
well, no, you had the racing
Running.
mode and the crash mode. That's what.
No,
Yeah.
I just crash into things, rack up points by breaking shit. I'm good at that. But yeah, no, normal racing games. The only racing game that I can play is Forza, but the only mode I can play Forza is the F1 cars. I can't play the slower cars. I just crash them. It seems that my brother was saying, like, because my brother will say this and he'll agree. If we play in like C-class, he will win every time. But if we play in F1, I will win because my reactions are just boom, boom, boom. And it's almost as though when we're in a slower car, my reactions are too fast and I end up just crashing into the wall and like that, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I never massively got into the racing games myself, massively. Like I say, Wipeout 2097 was definitely a standout. But, I mean, even the serious, once the game started getting too serious, like when the Gran Turismos and stuff came out, I mean, I enjoyed Gran Turismo the first time, but by the time the second one came out, it was old news. So, yeah.
Oh, and if I don't see this bottle being photoshopped into a penis, I'm going to be seriously disappointed in our audience, by the way.
You got to put it back up. You got to put it back up and pose.
No, they can. I'm sure they'll find, a bit, an image in there if, But I will be seriously disappointed if there isn't a penis photoshopped onto that bottle or replaced with the bottle.
The only thing that sucked about when I was redoing that video, is the Europe in the
top. Do not put your dick on my YouTube channel. Sorry, Vlad. Go ahead.
I couldn't cover up the Powered by StreamYard part. I couldn't cover that up because Dee's head was right there. I was like,
oh yeah, because I was off to the side, wasn't I? So yeah, but don't worry, mate. I'm not vain enough. If you want to cut it off, you feel free.
I already have it rendered. It's ready to rock and roll. I mean, I spent 3.5 hours for it to render.
For future reference, yeah, I've not got the vanity. I know I'm gorgeous and need to be looked at, but if it makes a better video for you,
move your camera so you're on the other side. It's like Kate's where Kate is at. I can crop out that Powered by StreamYard part. That's what I've been doing with the videos I've been putting from here over there. I cover it up and I put my Edge of Reality little gradation logos across there. But that right there, I couldn't do it with yours because you were like there the whole time.
Yeah,
like,
we'll see. If we go to OBS,
I didn't think about it. I wish I would have told you to move.
Yeah, actually, let's go back to the other screen quickly. Yeah, so when me and Cakes are on, it's going to be Cakes that's affected because I'm going to do a 1 versus 1 me logo to cover up the StreamYard. So yeah, it will be Cakes that's.
That's why it's better to do like this because even without me, it dropped down some and it. Well,
it's not that with that one. It is a very squashed up scene as well, isn't it? Like that when you like that, you do get a bit more of a spread. So yeah.
But if it was just you two, as long as you have that format right here. That StreamYard, it actually jumps off the thing a little bit, and it's it's easily to cover because nobody's gonna be way up in a corner like that. But yeah,
I mean, now
I was pretty
excited. To be fair, now you know that that's an issue. You could just move D around on the StreamYard thing because D won't be able to move until his green screen's up properly. Because he gets glare and shit, doesn't he? Huh?
I thought it was by who came in.
Yeah, it depends on who comes in, who's in the corner. But if I've come in, or somebody whose face is going to get messed up, and somebody else comes, but then again, it could be the same. I don't know.
You can put them backstage and put them back up how you want them. So for example, when D's lagged out, and I end up being on the.
Yeah, stop talking. See. Now you're at the top there.
I don't like it.
But yeah, it's weird because
fix it. I like a good shooter game, but I like most games, to be honest. I have a big variety of games on my Xbox. Yeah, I like shooters and Dark Souls.
So I'm into my God
Those are the
Sims
two.
and stuff at the moment. Like I say, I'm quite happy to just sit there, and it's like I've just finished Dawn of Man, and that's like pretty much. I literally you just tell you people what you want them to do, and they kind of get on with it. And now I'm on to a game called Planet Base, which is kind of the same thing, but colonizing a planet. So
Yummy.
So it's always been me. I've always liked those type of games. Like even back in the like when I first got into gaming back on the PC, and when would I have got a PC or got access to a PC? Probably by the mid to late 90s, I'd have access to PCs. They were the type of games I'd look for, like your Settlers and your Command and Conquers and that kind of stuff. It's only when I got into the console gaming and stuff. Well, I suppose it's a little bit before as well, because you did have Doom and that kind of stuff on the very early consoles, but later on with the first person shooters and stuff, like I got into them because that's what everyone else was playing. So, and they don't really bring out the God Sims and stuff on consoles, and it's only just now I've recently got a PC, so I can get back into the type of games that I want to play. So
the very early games that I played, I was quite young, so it was like Spyro and Croc and Crash and Rayman and those kind of games.
Crash Bandicoot was actually pretty good. I did enjoy that one. Right, that was a game for me when I was in my teenage years, at least.
And Crash Team Racing. That's a good racing game. Crash Team Racing, get that.
Mario Kart. You like Mario Kart?
The only game I think I've told you before. The only game I ever played was Tetris. And I played him tripping on acid one time. And I swear the things were floating upwards. And I was trying to bring them downwards.
That would be pretty nuts on acid, I imagine. But no, I was a ace at Tetris. Yeah, I was one of those annoying people that the battery would run out on my Game Boy before I'd finish my game. Like,
how do I protect my plants against slugs? So I don't. I don't protect them. They get chewed, they get eaten, and I hope for the best. I'm trying to think of a natural way that won't go into the plants, because slug pellets, they deposit chemicals into the soil and up through the roots and then thus into your plants. So they're actually not good for edible plants. They're perfectly fine for flowers. And I've also got cats as well, so I wouldn't want them to eat the slug pellets. There are things like sticks and Velcro that people use. They put Velcro around the bottom of the thing, and the slugs apparently don't like the feel of it. But there's quite a lot of natural oils that you can use as well. I just haven't.
Well, I just typed in organic slug pellets, and yes, you can get organic slug pellets as well. So check the ingredients.
You can do cinnamon or cayenne too.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I'm too lazy, and I don't care that all the plants were fine. And the reason I didn't need to use slug pellets was because 90% of my crop was propagated in my house. So when they were baby plants and more susceptible to being chewed, they were in the house and away from slugs. Then when they went into the ground, they didn't really get attacked by slugs too much. There's a couple of plants that I lost, but that's why I planted more than I could use, because if I had any extra, I'd just give them to my neighbors and my dad and stuff. So, and slugs life matter. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't care about the slugs. I'm just too lazy. That's literally all it is. I'm too lazy to research natural ways.
Well, the thing is, if I was growing food, I wouldn't want the slugs eating my food. Basically, is the way I'd be looking at it. So I would be actively trying to stop that from happening.
So the slugs don't go for the adult plants. They tend to usually go for the seedlings. The best thing that I found, by the way, was like with my tomato plants, you just make it so that it's impossible for the slugs to get to the tomato plants. So, for example, you just strip the bottom leaves, because the bottom leaves are like bridges for the plants to for the slugs to crawl up. So I just got rid of all the bottom leaves on my tomato plant. 2 hour valued dollar general customer. Can you just read it, Vlad?
Right. To our valued dollar general customers, the U.S. Federal Reserve is experiencing a coin shortage. Please use correct change or other form of payment if possible. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Of course they are.
Yeah, I can't remember who's. It was probably actually Max Egan's video that I saw that on. Yeah, where there's a massive coin shortage in the States at the moment because they shut down the mint or something.
Wow.
Oh, wait there. Yeah, due to the national coin shortage, we encourage customers to use exact change or credit debit payments at this time.
Funny that.
There's an Office Max. I've already seen two others. I forgot to get pictures of them, but yeah, it's all over town. They want you to use exact change. How can it be a change shortage?
It's because they shut the mint down. So then they weren't producing coins. Apparently, that's the story I heard. But what I'm wondering is, well, where did all these millions of extra people come from that need all these millions of extra coins all of a sudden? And if the mint's closed down, then surely they're not melting coins down anymore. So who's taking them out of circulation? So don't get me wrong, I'm questioning the story, but the story is that the mint closed down, and that's why it happened. Yes. Yo, Mick, and apparently there you go, guys. If you can get some hedgehogs, they eat the slugs. So get some hedgehogs.
I love hedgehogs. They're the best.
Yeah, my mum's got a few in her back garden at the moment. She keeps going out every night and like shining the torch up and looking. And apparently she had a really little baby one up there the other night. So
still, it's here at 11:01 a.m.
Yeah,
you're disgusting.
However many minutes after her.
See, I wouldn't even know what that's got to be like 6 p.m. for us. No, wait there. Are you East Coast or West Coast?
What did she think?
I love that you screenshot that as well. Same as
well, like I say, from now on, anyway, on 1 versus 1 me, we will not be counting first until we go live.
How about you can't have the schedule then, unless you do like an hour. How about an hour beforehand, schedule it and then start from there?
No, because people can set reminders. The thing with us scheduling it earlier is that people can set reminders, and as we don't have a community page like Jed does, because I know Jed posts his thing on his community page, which I don't always get, which is really annoying. When we get more subs,
I didn't even know he did.
Huh?
Yeah,
I didn't even know he did that.
Yeah, that's what he does. He posts on his community page.
This is the thing: you do need 1,000 subs before you can get a community page. So
yeah. So subscribe.
It's going to be a long time before we get there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, we could have that one video that goes crazy and everybody likes it.
So you gotta wait till you're live. You gotta wait till you're live, and then whoever's in there. That don't make sense.
Right? Basically, once I click live,
mm-hmm.
So as soon as we come live, that's when the competition starts to see who can say first. So it'll be a spam of loads of people trying to get first.
That's too much.
Yeah, make it into a proper competition. Yeah.
Oh God, that don't make any sense. Oh geez, they just ruined it all.
Disgusting. Slug stew. No, Paul. Bad Paul. Yeah.
Slug stew, yeah, no. No, although the French do eat snails, don't they? Which is basically a slug with a house on its back.
Really? Is that what a snail is? I didn't know. I've never seen a snail in my life, Never.
Really? I think it was small ones. But...
What do you mean? Actually, I used to have African land snails, and they were like this big. They were absolutely mad. They were like giants. They were huge. African land snails. They were massive. And they were so cool.
So you didn't realize that that's a slug inside of it?
I was being sarcastic, Vlad.
Okay, you lost me. What the fuck?
Yeah, English humor goes over the American heads.
Yes, so.
American humor is just. Americans don't always get English people, really, do they? Like, I offend so many people because, like, I'll just say something and it's hilarious, and they're like, "You're a bitch," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not."
I'm a hilarious
This is why I can't
bitch.
wear a mask. This is why I can't wear a mask, because you need to be able to see my facial expression.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna wear. I'm gonna do what Dee said and claim exempt.
Yeah. Like
Well,
I say, I mean, and if they still won't let you in, just go to a different store. There's plenty of different stores where you can get stuff.
I'm gonna record it too. I'm gonna record it and let it go viral.
See, it's hard in it because the trouble with recording in the UK is it is illegal to film in stores because it's private property, so they're perfectly within their rights to do that as well. So it would cause more trouble me filming it than just doing it. But what I may well do is do what you did when you went in the shop. That I think it was either you or Jed when you just held your phone down by your side.
I did that.
Yeah, it was you. Yeah, I may try that approach, like not make it obvious that I'm filming, so you may not see it, but you'll hear the interaction at the very least. So
I know there were people that was looking at the camera too, so they knew I was recording.
Oh, so you see, I've got a case with my phone, so it's the proper case for my phone, so the camera's actually there. So all I'd have to do, like I say, if you wouldn't even see the screen. Right.
So the only other way you could do it is if you had it in a StreamYard and you had somebody else there, because then you could say, well, actually, I'm on a video chat. Because who's really going to know? What security guard is going to know what StreamYard is?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you could StreamYard it with one of us in there.
I have no data on my phone, so I couldn't do that. Yeah.
Well,
my phone is useless outside the house, basically. So yeah, and I would only take my phone with me to do that one bit of filming because I'm not taking my phone with me anywhere anymore because it's got that tracing app downloaded on it. So I won't take it out of pure principle now.
I don't understand how people don't have data on their phone. I would be lost if I could.
I know what basically once the contract ran out, I missed a couple of bill payments and they cut it off. So I finished paying the contract, and I carried on afterwards because I enjoyed the phone. But yeah, I went through rough times. Like it was all around the same kind of time. I had to move out the cottage and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the phone's never really been a phone since then. I mean, people can still ring me, like ring the phone, but not like through Messenger or any of the social because there's no internet access. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I get a new phone every 2 years with a new contract. So that whole.
So yeah, it's been about almost a year without data.
That whole like contract running out and stuff. And I've always got my phone on me. I am super reachable.
Yeah, well, everyone who contacts me will know how hard it is to contact me because I just don't even check my phone anymore.
You're a pain in the fucking butt. You are so annoying.
Especially now I'm on the PC, the phone's like just forgotten.
And now you're not going on your Xbox as much.
And now not.
How can I tell you when to check your Facebook?
I haven't even turned the Xbox on in 2 days. So
how can I possibly, if I need you for something, how can I possibly, like, hey D, what do you think of this new intro? Wait 4 weeks. Thanks.
Yeah. It's just the way it is, but you're gonna have to get used to it as well. Because once that phone's broken, I probably won't buy a new one, even though I need a new one. It's just, yeah.
So how will I reach you?
I'll have to download stuff on my PC, like Messenger and stuff on my PC. So
but you don't want passwords on your PC.
Well, I've had to put some on to get what do you call Steam, which is the gaming platform I'm using. So
yeah, I got that text-free app. It was apps you get free text and stuff, and it actually does calls too. I was looking through it, and it has an option to be able to pick numbers. And I actually got a number that has Vlad as the last 4 digits. Vlad. So I'm gonna start using that so maybe people call in. Yeah, it's I think it's 8523. Yeah, the last 4 digits is 8523, which on my keypad it's spelled out Vlad.
Yeah, see, I think you Americans embrace that text phone more than the English. We never got into the whole 0800 like Vlad kind of thing. So it doesn't, or for me, it doesn't compute.
I know because the numbers
are
different, huh? The number sequences are different.
Well, I'm not sure. It's just on. Fucking hell! Do I get the keypad up on this? See, this is how like unphone savvy I am. Keypad. I've got to actually go into my phone. But yeah, no, on the old phones, it'd be like, what is it? 1, 2, 3 on 1, possibly 3. 4. Oh, I can't remember how it's laid out. I can't even remember because text phones weren't a massive thing in my life, either like as far as I know, even in the UK, they kind of came in, But by the time they came in, mobile technology was coming in and everything else as well. So it
Do you mean like a beeper?
No, the text phone. Right, old phones before being digitalized so much, when it's basically just a ringer. Yeah. It was just for numbers, and that's all the numbers equated to. If you wanted to then have a text phone that would allow the text and stuff on there as well,
a pager.
No, a phone that just had numbers, letters along with the numbers. Like on your phone now. Number 1 is like ABC. Number 2 is like D. Yeah.
It's 523 is last. But yeah, if anybody wants to text it, I'll call. You can.
So there you go. There's that number.
I text myself back and forth because if it's any activity for 14 days, they take the number back. So that's why you see the days. I just
you gotta keep your number.
I just check myself day 14. Actually, what's today's date? Yeah, I did day 19 this morning. So I gotta keep track of that.
But yeah. So anyway, phones that didn't have that function, like if you didn't have a text phone, you couldn't use the text phone function when you were phoning people. But like I say, it was almost superfluous in the UK because by the time we'd taken that over from America, because the Americans were using it quite early on as a technology, by the time we started using it in the UK, we'd already moved on to the internet, or started to move on to the internet. So
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
we never.
And to be fair, you're old enough now that you probably wouldn't even have much consciousness of the analog phones. Not that they're really analog, but the more analog style phones. Yeah.
You mean the one with the wire?
Yeah, wires but not necessarily that. Even some of the ones like in the UK that came out wireless still weren't text. But yeah. So no. I'm talking before that. The ones that had the thing where you had to like the 0.
Rotary
one.
Rotary. That's
those kind of phones that worked like that didn't work with digital technology, basically.
No, we didn't have one of those phones. We had a corded phone on the wall. That's what we had.
Well, that may well have. If it had letters on the numbers, then it was probably a text phone. But it was just we never thought of it like that because again, we never used that side of the technology like the Americans did.
I wouldn't know. I know my first phone was the Nokia 3310. And then I got like the Siemens. Yeah,
but by the time mobile was in, that text was on the phones by then. That was on the numbers. That was text.
That's why I was 11 when I got the Nokia 3310. So
please don't send any fucking.
I might have been like 20 before I got my first mobile phone.
I think I was like 27.
How much older than me are you? You're 40.
42.
You're only 15 years older than me, so if you were 20, I'd have been 5. It's kind of a scary concept, that is, isn't it?
So then, well, maybe it was early 20s then, because I'm pretty sure the Nokia 3310 was the first one I got.
Let's Google it.
Well, that was the first phone I got, but like I say, they had already been out a few years before I got one. So unless you like got one when it very first came out, and I got one when it like
Nokia 3310 came out on the 1st of September 2000. So I was 8 when it came out, and I got it when I was 11.
Well, I would have been 23 by the end of 2000. So yeah.
Yeah, and I remember the only reason why I got it was because I wanted to go to the town with my friends without my parents, and my stepmom and my dad, and probably my mum as well, didn't want me to go without them being able to contact me. So my stepmom gave me her Nokia 3310. It was because they didn't trust the girl that I was going with, and she turned out to be a massive bitch and got me arrested, so they were right for not trusting her.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, no, I think I just got it as a gift from my mum, to be fair. It was just one of those things I wanted, and I used it for Snake. That was it.
Snake was the best. Snake was great.
Again, I was awesome at Snake as well. finish that easy, no sweat.
Wow. Look at you go.
Check this out.
Aren't you just the best?
I am awesome at old school games. I am the best.
Wow.
So I set up this Cash App thing, right? It's just like Vlad's Edge is what I put. And I put it on the BitChute, and I had it on Twitter only. It's the only place you can find it. And somebody just sent me something, but they canceled it, and it says I hope you die in pain.
Whoa.
Look at
That
it's from this here, queer San Franciscan. That's who it was from.
but
But they canceled it. It got canceled. I was like, what the fuck?
the effort some people will go to try and insult people. I mean,
all I have on Twitter is links to the fucking BitChute and YouTube channels. That's the only thing I have on there.
what was the texted app Chris is asking? Sorry.
What's the text? It's text free.
Yes, text free.
Yeah, it's called text free. Ah, dang it! It showed the thing for a second. Yeah, it's a free app. I know there's tons of them, but that was the one that doesn't always have a bunch of shit come up. But yeah, the first Cash App thing I ever got, and it is tell me, I hope you die.
That's
Hope you die in pain. What the fuck?
I don't understand what. But you're like the nicest guy.
You don't watch his BitChute videos and stuff there where he's calling people fuck bags and shit.
Yeah, but they probably are fuck bags. They probably need to know that. I'm not a fuck bag, so I think.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you.
Did I tell you about that guy who texted me on Facebook? He was a guy that used to be in my clan, and he texted me on Facebook saying he wants to be my submissive. Right, he lives in America, okay, and he texts me saying he wants to be my submissive, and he wants me to take his money.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, like, I don't understand what you mean. And he goes, I want to give you money, and you'll be the dominant. And Tan's like, yay, and I'll be the submissive. You don't have to do anything. I just want you to spend my money. And I'm like,
what?
All right, weird. So I sent him my PayPal link, obviously. Not going to deny free money. But then he goes, I don't have a bank account that will work with PayPal. And I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, but can I send you $350 gift cards? And I was like, well, I won't be able to spend them because I'm in England. And he went, oh, yeah, that's true. He goes, well, why don't you set up an Amazon wish list and I'll buy you things off the Amazon wish list? And I'm like... I could do that. So I'm going to make my Amazon wish list this week, and I'll let you guys know how that goes.
Okay, then.
Be careful you don't put any personal information out there.
No, I won't.
That might be a trap.
But I have a metal pole in the house that I will happily clock someone over the head with. So, stamp on his nuts with high heels on.
With high heels on. Yeah. Oh, and apparently that app isn't available in this country. The free text.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, I don't care. I have it.
Well, as I said,
fuck you, Chris.
See if there is one. See if there is one you can use. I'm sure it jumps.
It's called WhatsApp. It's called WhatsApp. Like WhatsApp is a free texting application.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I thought that was some dating thing.
Yeah, no, WhatsApp's just it's just like Messenger.
Yeah, it's like Facebook Messenger, but it's WhatsApp, and it's encrypted.
Okay.
It's still owned by the Facebook Foundation.
Yeah, I don't trust that it's encrypted, but it says it's encrypted.
Yeah, and how hard is it to break an encryption? As hard as the people who make the encryption. I mean, this is it. And if they own the technology, then I just don't trust anything anymore when it comes to being online. So don't put anything on any digital device device, you don't want to end up online.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing on my phone that I honestly wouldn't care if it was online. But pictures, fine. Have them, guys.
Don't get me wrong.
Them.
I mean, I've conversations with drug dealers and stuff that I'd rather not be made public and that, but I still, unfortunately, use digital devices to do it. So,
See, I don't have
I
those.
understand the risks. So,
I don't do anything illegal or frowned upon. So, other than these conversations that could be deemed
hardly illegal,
upon,
but frowned upon maybe, but yeah, hardly
treason.
illegal.
Sometimes treason.
Oh, definitely treasonous. Yeah,
Definitely.
if you're not here with treason in your heart, then you may as well leave now. Like, I mean,
and we'll keep your shoes.
Yeah. If you think any form of government has legitimacy, then you're barking up the wrong tree, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
One of us is polite. One of us is.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'll see what I take it in case. Well, I'm going to do a DSS and this refuse, but I'll see if they force me to wear a mask. I'll put this on.
Yeah. But again, like I will be losing respect for anybody who wears a mask throughout this whole incident, because there's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no reason to.
I haven't yet.
I haven't. I mean, a GIMP mask, maybe I would, but a face mask, definitely not. Diesel, for fuck's sake.
Well, to be fair, if a mask was to be worn, I wouldn't like wear any kind of surgical mask. I was going to get a Halloween mask, if you know what I mean, and take the piss out of it. But I'm not even going to do that. This is what I mean. I'm not going to conform. Yes, I do own a smart TV, but it's not hooked up to the internet.
I don't own a smart TV.
The only reason it was a smart TV because I wanted a 4K TV, and it's breaking at the moment. Anyway, the screen keeps flickering and stuff. So
really, are you sure it's not your HDMI?
I'm pretty sure not, because it comes on fine for a little while, and then about 5-10 minutes after it's been on, it starts flickering.
My HDMI does, because it gets warm.
Right, I might just buy a new HDMI then. And
yeah, I'd test that before you break it. Before you get sad that your TV's broke, test your HDMI.
In fact, I got a new one because I got a couple of spares when I got the PC for if I need it. So I'll just have to dig one of them out and give it a try. But anyway, it's past midnight now, so I was going to say, if you want to
just waiting for that.
Any final thoughts?
No, not really. Just that there is nothing worth hacking on my phone unless you want to see Dan's balls, to be perfectly honest.
You don't want to see Dan's balls.
Look, you've seen his balls, haven't you?
You tricked me once, you got me, yes. Oh, once. Never again.
But yeah, no, with the whole phone thing, I don't, like you said, don't put anything on there that you don't want other people to see. There isn't anything on there that I wouldn't. There's nothing on there that I honestly care enough about that I don't want people to see, other than spoilers for my YouTube channel. Things that I've recorded that haven't been posted yet, but it's not that interesting. It's a tomato, you know. D?
My
I was going to say, Vlad,
is just check out my channel now. I got more stuff on there, and every 2 weeks.
In fact, let's. Sorry, I will get a link before we finish for Vlad.
Yeah, every 2 weeks after every other week that Jed's not on, I'm gonna be having it.
Oh, you're up to 49 subscribers now. Another 5 since the last time I saw.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. It was like 34. It was 34 a couple days ago.
It was 38 before I put my video out. It was, I think, 40 before Jed put his video out. And then, 44 by the time you were live last night, and now it's 49. So, yeah. So I think, you got an extra 2 subs from me, and you got an extra 4 from Jed, I think, and then the rest have come probably from your live stream.
I haven't got no notifications, so they're all hidden. They're all hidden subscribers, because I don't usually get a notification when you're when they show.
There's a link to Vlad's channel in the chat now, folks.
Yeah, no,
I've only seen like 4 people subscribe to mine. Like it's only popped up and told me that 4 people have subscribed.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have it on so that their subscription is on. It's like I don't think my subscriptions show up. I don't like it's nobody else's
yours
business.
didn't.
But to be fair, I'm less than 200 subs now. I'm actually subscribed to less than 200 people. I think so. I had another good purge.
Mine's probably like 20. I don't sub to people. I've got like
there you go. My
Vlad.
realm is just sub to you there, Vlad, as well. So you've got 50 subs now. So yeah, half a century. Half a century.
Catching up to me.
That's how old I am, 50. So that's
Yay.
that's my age. Yeah, I just Birdie. That's what I was telling. Which I haven't even heard or not cakes. I made a confession. I've never subscribed to anybody because I was so pissed off about all this shit with the flat Earth stuff. I never subscribed. I watched some of their videos sometimes, but I never subscribed. It's only recently. And I've subscribed to both of your private channel or your personal channels, and then this one, and then VB and Jed, and a couple more like the Flat Earth Reset guy, which he hasn't had video.
That's essentially my subscriber list as well, Vlad. Essentially, and then there's like a couple of gardeners, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like 9 people I'm subscribed to.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I will put in a link to another guy. I'll put it. I got you to put it the link in your chat last night, Vlad. But I've got to switch accounts to get to him because we're not sub to him on one versus one.
The Earth is where I inhabit, and whilst there are still atrocities happening on it, I don't think the shape matters at all in the slightest. Until the pedophiles are dead, then we can talk about the Earth shape.
Yeah, that's how I feel. As soon as babies are not murdered anymore, then we can talk about animals. That's how I feel. I feel the same way.
About animals, did you say?
No, I'm just saying the shape of that Earth. I mean, I feel the way I feel. It's not imperative that everybody knows it because there is more important things going on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we said once pedophiles are dead and gone, then we can talk about, or now all these other bullshit.
Oh, like I say, feel free to talk about it, but like, let's take action on the pedophiles before we really start funding expeditions to get flat earthers into space.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that it's okay to have a discussion about it, but to physically argue and fall out with people over it when there's way more worse. I mean, we've had it where there's been like 3 different shaped earthers on one panel, and none of us have been arguing. You know. Like, that's the way it should be.
We're all beyond that, though.
Yeah.
Not over there in kindergarten with it and fucking wanting to fight everybody over it.
But anyway, that link I've just put in chat, he's a really chilled guy. I subbed to him a couple of weeks ago. I've caught up a little bit on his backlog as well. I've been enjoying him that much, but he's just I mean, again, don't get me wrong, he's still off on a few things, but he's so fucking spot on so many others as well. So and this is a channel that I would recommend younger men to watch as well. Like he would definitely be the kind of role model I would push towards younger males for sure.
All right. Awesome. I opened it up, so I mean, wait, where have I seen this?
Yeah, I've just opened it.
I think I've seen this before.
Yeah, I did. I asked you to put the link in yours last night, Vlad. So possibly last night. Yeah, like I said, I was that impressed with the guy. I don't usually push like channels and stuff, and again, I'm not endorsing
network
or anything. Like I'm just saying, he's someone I'm watching at the moment, and someone I would send any young men who were looking for advice to just listen to his videos because he talks some good stuff. So yeah.
Bushcraft, Viking life, ancient wisdom, wilderness, surviving and thriving. That sounds super interesting.
Yeah, he seemed to start off more just on the Viking side of thing. Like I've looked at a couple of his older stuff, and that he was like, "No, I'm not talking politics. I'm not talking this. We're here to talk about the Viking lifestyle and that." But now he seems to have branched off onto all sorts. Like I mean, I've seen him. Yeah, there's lots of issues he's been talking about. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay then, guys. Well, thank you ever so much for coming out. Thanks, Vlad. As always, you're awesome. We adore you. Thanks everybody in the chat, and again, happy birthday to Jamie. I hope you've had a great day, although it's no longer your birthday. So, and we'll see you guys on Saturday on Jeds, and then here again next Sunday.
Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Bye.